Welcome to the world of 3D modeling. This guide will teach you everything you need to know from basic to most advanced techniques. 3D modeling is a powerful tool that can be used to create anything from simple object to complex scenes. It is used in wide variety of industries including architecture, video games, manufacturing, and medicines. Here today we will be covering this presentation is about 3D modeling. Let's get started. So what is 3D modeling? 3D modeling is a process of creating digital three-dimensional representations of an object or surface. This can be done using a variety of software programs such as Blender, Autodesk Maya, and 3D Max. There are three main types of 3D modeling. The one is solid modeling, the second one is surface, and the last one is polynomial modeling. Moving on. The history of modeling, 3D modeling. 3D modeling has a relatively short history dating back to the early 1960s. The first 3D modeling were created using simple wireframe models. In 1970s, the first solid modeling software was developed. In the 1980s, 3D modeling became more widely used in the film and video game industries. In 1990, 3D modeling became more accessible to hobbies and small businesses. Today, 3D modeling is used in wide variety of industries and applications. Moving on, applications of 3D modeling. The first one, architecture and interior design. Visualizing, building, and interior for client and marketing. The next one is a video game and animation, crafting characters and environment for the immersive experience. The third one is manufacturing and prototyping, creating the prototype to address design issues before mass productions. The last one is the medical imaging and simulation, generating detailed body image for the diagnosis and simulating surgical procedures for the training and planning. Moving on, the basic principle of 3D modeling. The first one is understanding 3D space defined by X, Y, and Z axis. Introduction to 3D shapes, basic form like cubes and spheres. The overview of software tools. Programs like Blender and Autodesk Maya offer diverse features. Moving on. Getting started with 3D modeling. To get started with the 3D modeling, you will need to choose a 3D modeling software program and learn of how to use it. There are many tutorials and resources available in online and books. Once you have basic understanding of 3D modeling, you can start creating your own models, starting with the simple shapes and objects, and then work you way up to the more complex model. Moving on, 3D modeling techniques. There are four main 3D model techniques. The first one, polynomial modeling, and the second one, nerd modeling, and third is scalping. The fourth one is a procedural model. Moving on, texturing and lighting in 3D modeling. Once you have created a 3D model, you need to add textures and lighting to make it realistic. Texturing enhances the 3D model with color detail and realism achieved through the method like painting, scanning, or procedural generations. Lighting is a vital for creating shadows and highlights on 3D models, enhancing realism and depth. Moving on, animations and rigging. Animation is a process of creating movement in 3D models. Rigging is a process of adding bones and joints to 3D models so that it can be admitted. Moving on. Advanced 3D modeling concept. There are a number of advanced 3D modeling concepts that you can learn as you become a more experienced. The first one is a high poly versus low poly modeling. The second one is 3D modeling and prototyping. The last one is virtual reality and augmented reality applications. Moving on. Common challenges and solutions. As you learn 3D modeling, you will likely encounter some challenges. Here's a few common challenges and possible solutions. Modeling challenges can include things like creating complex shapes, adding details, and troubleshooting problems. Rendering challenges can include things like getting realistic lighting and shadows and optimization model for performance. Optimization challenges can include things like reducing the number of polygons in a model or making texture to the model itself. Moving on. Future trends in 3D modeling of AI and machine learning, real-time ray tracking. The last one is the augmented reality and 3D visualization. Moving on. Resources for learning 3D modeling. There are many resources available to help you learn 3D modeling. Here are a few of the most popular online courses, tutorials, books, and the community forums. Moving on. In conclusion, 3D modeling is a powerful tool that can be used to create a variety of procedural and experiences. It's a skill that is in high demand in many industries, and it is a skill that anyone can learn. If you are interested in learning 3D modeling, there are many resources available to help you get started with little effort. You can learn the basics of 3D modeling and start creating your own amazing models. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for joining.